President Biden and top congressional leaders are expected to meet again this week as the nation's debt ceiling looms. And Ukraine's president is meeting with leaders today in London. Good morning. I'm Corva Coleman from NPR News, and here are today's top stories. President Biden has hinted that he and top congressional leaders may meet tomorrow to again discuss the nation's debt ceiling. As NPR's Windsor Johnston reports, the president and Republican leaders sharply disagree over terms of lifting the federal government's borrowing limit.
Talks continued through the weekend between congressional staff and White House aides in an effort to move the needle. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre cited some progress in discussions.
The meetings have been productive, and leaders wanted to continue before they regrouped.
The White House and congressional leaders are up against a critical deadline to avert a potential default. Republicans are refusing to raise the debt ceiling unless Democrats agree to big cuts in government spending, including major parts of President Biden's signature social services and climate change law. Democrats have flat out rejected that. Windsor Johnston, NPR News, Washington.
The Secretary of Homeland Security says U.S. Border Patrol agents have seen a 50% drop in the number of migrants crossing the border since last Thursday. That's when the Biden administration imposed new immigration restrictions. Migrants are being told to use a phone app to apply for an interview with U.S. officials. Javier Villalobos is the Republican mayor of the Texas border town McAllen. He says he is also seeing a decline in the numbers of migrants attempting to cross the border.
Fortunately, I think a lot of immigrants are heeding the advice and trying to do what they're supposed to do legally. So the numbers are not what was initially predicted.
The Biden administration is warning that if migrants enter the United States illegally, they're not allowed to follow the legal process for 5 years. After meeting the Pope and leaders in Rome, Berlin, and Paris over the weekend, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy is now in London to sit down with the British Prime Minister. NPR's Eleanor Beardsley reports Europe pledged continued support to Ukraine and awarded Zelenskyy its highest honor.
France says it will send dozens more armored vehicles and light tanks. Germany pledged a $3 billion military aid package, and Britain will become the first country to supply Ukraine with long-range cruise missiles. European leaders also recognized Ukraine's heroic struggle by awarding Zelenskyy its coveted Charlemagne Prize, which recognizes work done in the service of European unification. European Investment Bank head Werner Hoyer presided over the ceremony Sunday.
Were it not for the heroic attitude of Volodymyr Zelenskyy, the European Union would now share a very long border with Russia. Putin would have gained the opportunity to destabilize all of Europe.
He said European leaders draw inspiration from Zelenskyy. Eleanor Beardsley, NPR News, Paris.
And you're listening to NPR News from Washington.